On June 2009, a middle-aged man checked into a hotel in Sligo, Ireland. The man gave his name as Peter Bergmann. He paid for 2 nights, but he never used the room. He wandered through the town, never using his real name, never using his real ID. He was spotted by several surveillance cameras, but no one knew it at the time. They would only realize years later that they were looking at a ghost. 2 days after checking into the hotel, Peter Bergmann vanished without a trace. Days later, his body was found on a lonely beach. The authorities were baffled. There were no signs of foul play, and Peter had no identification on him. He also had no fingerprints, which made it impossible to identify him. There were no missing persons reports that matched his description. It was like he'd fallen out of the sky. But then something even stranger happened. After his story was publicized, a few people came forward claiming to know Peter. But none of them knew him well enough to provide the authorities with any useful information. Most strangely of all, none of them knew his real name. All of them referred to him as Peter Bergmann, even though Peter Bergmann was clearly not his real name. It took nearly 2 years, but eventually the authorities were able to confirm that Peter had died of cardiac arrest, which is just another strange detail in this already strange story. You would think that a dead man with no ID and no next of kin would be a low priority for the police, and you'd be right. The case went cold for over a decade until it was picked up by a cold case unit. In 2021, the Irish Times published a fascinating article on the case, which led to a few more people coming forward with information. One woman said she believed Peter had been a German national who'd come to Ireland to die. She said, "I don't want to sound callous or anything, but I think he came here to end his life. It's the only reason I can think of why someone would do what he did. But it's just a theory." The truth is, to this day, we still don't know who Peter Bergmann was or why he did what he did. What we do know is that he wasn't German or Austrian, which rules out a lot of European countries. But it doesn't tell us much about where he was from or why he picked the name Peter Bergmann. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, check out this playlist for more. See you next time.